Hello again, this is Don the Diecast Pirate, and today we went out to the back 40 and pulled up this Backwoods Bomb. Now you may remember this from my previous Redline Restoration video, where it sacrificed its windows and interior for restoring the Ramblin Wrecker. So I felt bad about having to lose its interior and everything that I picked up another Ramblin Wrecker to donate its glass and interior to restore the Backwoods Bomb. So this one rolls pretty rough. I think this passenger rear tire is kind of locked up a little bit for some reason. You see how the camper top is sticking up a little bit. I have taken it off and taking a look at that. I think you have an idea of what we can do with that. Obviously the interior and glass are missing. We do have one to go back in it, and I have some new decals for it. We'll take a look at those a little bit later. Let's take this thing apart and I'll show you what's what. Alright, so we have the body. Okay, still gotta drill and tap those holes out. Got a plastic base. I think it'll clean up pretty good. Get my eyes down here where I can see a little better. We'll touch that up with the Molotov, and then on the interior here, or the camper top, I mean. So this piece is broken, so we're going to have to see what we can do about repairing that. It's bent here, and I have an idea what to do about both of these things. So we'll see how that works out when the time comes. I think this should be able to straighten out just fine with a little bit of heat added to it. We'll see how well it cleans up. Alright, so here's all the parts from both vehicles. So they had put red paint in there at some point. This piece is really not usable. It doesn't have the front part of it. The boom is a separate piece, obviously, but without that in the front, it doesn't have the what do they call that? The headache rack. Yeah. The one thing that I did run into when I went to take this out of here, because they put the red paint on it, was this side came loose easily, but it was kind of stuck on this side. I'm heating up the ultrasonic cleaner right now, and I'm going to be putting the parts in there with the mean green. I'm not going to put the base in because that would strip the chrome off of it completely, and I don't want to do that. So the camper top came pretty clean. We'll probably give that a good rinsing. Get all the cleaner out of that and see if we can get that straightened out some. Most of the paint came off of the glass. I did pull this out a few minutes early and check it, and noticed that this part here, what was heaviest, it wasn't really coming off of. So we may give that another go. Now what I'm really surprised about is this stuff's actually taken the paint off. 20 minutes in the ultrasonic cleaner at 40 degrees Celsius, which is approximately, don't quote me on this, I believe when I looked it up it was about 107 degrees Fahrenheit. And I got those temperatures watching Paul restore the 40 degrees Celsius. And the ultrasonic cleaner doesn't have like a Fahrenheit setting, so I wanted to know what it was in Fahrenheit. That's the temperatures that we use over here in the United States. I am really surprised. All this paint is coming right off of here. I mean, we'll probably have, there's still some that's stuck pretty good, but you know. And the other thing is, I went ahead and tossed this old beach bomb in there with it just to see what it would do. And like, it's taken off this kid paint too. I don't know this song. Boom, 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 boom. Hey guys, so getting ready to spray some paint here, or primer anyway. Went ahead and polished this up a little bit, just practicing for a couple of my other builds that are coming up. I didn't super shine this one. I was just trying out some things on it. Got it all degreased and everything. I did go ahead and throw this in the aircraft paint remover just to make sure that we get everything off of there. So it's a nice concept, you know, proof of concept, putting it in the ultrasonic cleaner. It's just nice to see. It's nice to have that information. You know, if I ever wanted to, you know, take paint off of a car, and I got another project going on. Here, let me just show you. Okay, so this is coming up. I did something with this that I'll talk about in that video. This car was almost completely covered in kid paint, and you can see where there's still kid paint left on it. I just wanted to see what was underneath it. This is a Lola Gt70, and I got it off of eBay for like $10 because it looked so bad. So I think that one's going to be a beautiful restoration when I do that. That should, I don't want to say it's coming up soon, but you know, at some point, you know, it's in the rotation. I don't have a list of cars made up. I'm going to do this and this and this and this. I'm more along the lines of, okay, this is done. Now what? You know, so because I'm building cars with for build offs and everything. All right, let's get this in some primer. Alright, so we're going to go with the sky blue for 70s and 80s Hot Wheels cars from the Redline shop. That color looks very close to me. I think when it dries, it should be perfect for what we're doing. Round 2. Alright, let's see. Oh, scared me. I thought it broke. Alright. It's been in that ultrasonic cleaner for approximately 14 minutes. I don't know if it's really coming loose. It did turn a little bit more orange, and that was that red paint that was on the Ramblin Wrecker. I donated this. Alright, let's see if we can persuade. I'm not so much worried about this part. I mean, I do want to get all that paint off of there if I can. but that part's hidden inside the vehicle, so you don't see it. But this seat, for sure, you would see it through the open window. And I think this, I don't know if it got something on the inside or if that's just something in the glass itself. It's probably something in the glass. I'm not going to worry about it. This is the one we're using, and I'm just going to move forward with it. I don't want to scrape it with a knife because it might scratch it all up in the back, you know. I have a song in my head and I'm trying to remember what it's from. Oh, Jurassic Park. This vehicle has nothing to do with it. Well, I guess maybe. I mean, it's kind of a camper type of thing. See, like this stuff here, you would not even be able to, and I hope I'm showing this on camera here, you wouldn't even be able to, like, even, like, if you polished it, it wouldn't get it all. So, I think it's just getting right down to the stuff that's really stuck on. I'm going to go ahead and throw this back in there. Alright, so finished out that 20-minute cycle in the ultrasonic cleaner, and I think that was really what it needed. This stuff is just, for the most part, just coming right off, and they're really deep right there. So let's just see if we can get the tip of that knife just in there just a little bit. Overall, I mean, once we dip this in the shine stuff, you know, any slight imperfections that I'm getting in here with that knife, they're just gonna be not noticeable. That's what I'm trying to say. For this hole here, though, I don't mind just sticking that knife blade in there. And come on now. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We'll shine that up. We'll probably polish this a little bit. It looks like it's a little bit scratched on the front, but that will be very nice. So I went over this with the turtle wax rubbing compound and Dremel tool low speed, and that deep scratch that was there is out, and there was a little one over there that I hit a little bit. Now I'm going to go over this with a 12,000 grit sanding pad, and we'll see how that comes out. Alright, I'm going to clean this up with some soap and water, let it dry, put it in the floor polish, and it should be good. And now for some of the more exciting things that we're going to do. Guys, I would say if you're going to use something like this stuff in a ball jar like I am, make sure you wipe off the excess before you close it. I was able to get it open, but I had to take it to the sink and run some hot water over it. So let's go ahead and dip this in here. Shake off the excess. It likes to pool in some areas on here. That just gives it that beautiful, beautiful look. It's fantastic. So what we're going to do next is the decals that I got for this truck. are from secondchanceredlines.com. They have all kinds of replacement decals for your old Redline cars, some black walls, and some other things. Definitely check them out if you don't know about them. They do have an eBay store, but if you go to the website www.secondchanceredlines.com, you can get discounts on your items. So I usually buy enough to get free shipping. If I were to buy more, I could get discounted prices. So just so you're aware, if you go to their website, you do get better deals. I want to try to show what I'm doing here. So when you get these decals, it's all a decal sheet. So if you just put these in water the way they are, they're all going to be one piece. So we need to cut them out and separate them. And I know a lot of people watching this are going to know all about this, and that's fine. But you know, there's new guys all the time coming across this hobby, and they have questions and they want to know, how do I do this, you know. And so I'm not going to show everything in every video, but what I am going to do is, when I get the opportunity, I will take a chance, or I will take the time to explain some things to people who maybe have never done this before. I mean, we all start somewhere, right? And I didn't start by doing it. I started by watching other people. Okay, one more thing before I get started on putting these on. So, as I mentioned, at Second Chance Redlines, they have decals for your black walls as well. So, this is something that you will see coming up on the channel. I will be restoring this car at some point. So, there's a curved side and this side where it's more straight. When I go to, after I drop it on the floor and pick it up, okay, find that curved side again, and when I go to put it on, that curved side goes towards the cab. These are the two bases from the two vehicles, the Backwoods Bomb base. It looks like it's missing a lot more of the chrome, and it had some kind of sticker or something on it. Here's the one from the Ramblin Wrecker, and I already have the axles out of it and everything, and the only thing really wrong with this is there's some chrome missing in the paint, and I think I just want to go ahead and use this one. So what I did with this is a couple of things. So if you remember, which obviously you're watching the video and if you saw that part, this was broken and this was bent. So the two things I did, number one, I took a cup of water and put it in the microwave, and I have a 1200 watt microwave, and I heated it for 2 minutes. This was opened up and I stuck the part that was bent down in the water, and I let it get good and warm, and then I pulled it out and straightened it. This part, the super glue, the super glue didn't really like to stick to this stuff. What I did is I glued it once and it came loose again, and then I glued it again because the residue did stick to the pieces. So when I glued it again, I glued the super glue to itself, and that seems to be holding very well. This is not going to come apart again. Now this is kind of yellowed. I know there's a way that you can use a UV light with some sort of liquid to brighten this. I don't have that ability right now. I don't have those resources, so this is going to go on just the way it is. I could paint it. I don't really want to do that because the original was not painted, so I don't want to paint over this if I don't have to. I think it'll look okay, but you know, we'll have to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Hot Wheels Redline Backwoods Bomb, restored to its former glory. Here's a little reminder of what we started with. It gave up its window to restore one of its brothers. Another one of its brothers gave up its window to restore this one. We stripped it, primered it, painted it, gave it new decals. Took a donor base from another vehicle. Gave it brand new reproduction Redline tires. We straightened the cap on the back, the camper shell, super glued the tab underneath, touched up the base with a Molotow pen. I don't know about you, but I think it's a thing of beauty. I really appreciate all you guys and the support that I've been getting making these videos and working on these little cars, for welcoming me into this community, and the camaraderie we have, and the fans that enjoy watching these videos. You guys are the best. Just hit 100 subs the other day. Gonna have a 100 subscriber special towards the end of March. There will be prizes. I have some things to give away. More about that in future videos. Stay tuned for my upcoming videos. On the 13th, we had the Porsche build for Andrew over at Maple Leaf Matchbox Makeovers. On the 15th, we have the Diecast Mafia build, the Oldsmobile 442, 1968. St. Patrick's Day, we got the St. Patrick's Day build that we're doing along with all the guys that are building for Paul over at Diecast Graveyard. All those things are coming up. April, we're going to have a post-apocalyptic build with the 3 blind mice. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Click that like button. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think of these. Your comments are always welcome. Ring the bell for notifications for my upcoming videos. As always, this is Don the Diecast Pirate, and I will see you next time. All the front ones are completely locked up, so the front ones, you know, the whole axle spins. Yeah. Alright. For build-offs and everything, I am doing more than one car at a time. However, it's not... And I'm losing my mind here.